in your corner, he will always push for you to go on one leg with one eye, with one arm having been torn from your body. Vince will try and convince you that you're good to go for the third round, and I'm sure that's what he's doing here with Patrick Besarra. Not that you really need much convincing when you've won the first 2 rounds convincingly.
Yeah, and the one thing that we have to watch out for is Besarra near the end of that round had a haymaker from the top and it missed, and he landed and folded his right wrist down over top of him. So it probably doesn't have much of an effect, but something to watch out, and we'll see what happens here with the right hand of Patrick Besarra. They didn't look at it in the corner, but definitely something I saw here, a haymaker that went into the floor, which always feels terrible.
So Besarra and Kamali are trying their cardio out. Looks like a kick in the eye there that caught him in the eye. Kamali backed off his corner, yelling at him to get moving and get going. May have given Besarra time to recover, and in doing so has now wound up on the bottom again.
And that's that same takedown, and the issue I have is big punches. Apparently Besarra's hand is fine, and now as he's trying to put in for a rear naked choke, Kamali does have his chin underneath, so not too much risk of tapping out at the moment, but as he continues to try and punch from that position, but he definitely wants to break that grip because it feels terrible on your chin.
Besarra gives it up in favor of the full mount and has Kamali pinned down, and he'll try and work the ground and pound here, and now scrambles over and maybe looking for another submission there, but is unable to secure it.
Well, he tried the guillotine, and I think he thought it wasn't tight enough, so I'm going to end up on top. So Besarra listening to my advice, although I'm sure he couldn't hear me here, and not trying that guillotine to finish it off. But there's a couple times, and this is the third time that a trip takedown is worked on Reza Kamali. So this is something that if he's watching this tape, he's going to want to work on the wrestling and being able to feel that and get his hips back, because those takedowns are coming fairly cheaply for Besarra, and he's being able to capitalize, and now working possibly for an arm triangle. He does have his arm in. Now he's going to circle towards the head, and this is going to not end well for Reza Kamali.
Kamali holding his own arm down to maybe take some of the pressure off, but yeah, this looks like it might get a little deeper as Besarra tries to work his way around and talking to Kamali as he works his way around. Now it looks like there's a little space there for Kamali to get a breath, and so this likely won't finish the fight, and doesn't with a little more than 2 minutes gone here in round number 3, the third and final round in this first pro fight of the night. And again, it's been all Patrick Besarra to this point. He's been on top, he's been in control, he's been dominant from the top position in all 3 rounds, Jeremy.
Well, and had he ended up in that arm triangle with fresh arms, I think he would have been able to finish it off just by being able to squeeze tight. But at this point, if people at home, again, if you're not familiar with MMA, if you don't train in MMA, grab some lemons and put them above your head and squeeze them for 15 minutes straight so that you can feel how it feels to have your arms dead on you. These are being thrown, but they're being thrown from the shoulder, these punches, and not from the elbow and from the bicep. So that's your arms do get a little bit weary after this long of a fight.
Besarra now dropping big bombs. That last one got through, and trying a big up kick to the face of Besarra, but he backs off and lets Kamali get up. And again, nice with the striking background of Kamali, you got to wonder if that might not have been the best choice.
Well, it seems to be getting the better of the striking, does Besarra, because he's not afraid to get in on the kicks and get in and get hit. Kamali's not coming forward like that, and every time he does, Patrick Besarra is just hitting him, and a nice teak there pushes Rez Kamali back.
Besarra now swarming Kamali up against the cage, swinging from the hip, but not connecting. And there, a nice jab from Kamali and a spinning back kick there to try and catch Besarra, but Besarra stepping out of the way. A big jumping knee, but unable to secure it. And with 54 seconds here, Reza Kamali is going to have to pull off one heck of a submission if he wants a chance to win from this position.
Yeah, it's really tough at this point of the fight because the fighters are so greasy. The only ones that are really effective are a triangle, and even arm bars itself are very difficult because the arms so much sweat you just end up slipping out. But this has been a pretty dominant performance from Patrick Besarra, and I know that he was talking about just going to coaching, but this is a good stepping stone to maybe say, hey, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fighting. That fight was good for me.
Well, barring disaster striking in the next 15 seconds, Patrick Besarra will end this fight, the victor, and come away evening his record at 3-3. And like you mentioned, Jeremy, he may want to fight again here in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship after a performance this dominant, and just goes forward with a smile, takes a kick in the belly for his trouble, and they'll get together and smile at center. Besarra knowing that he got the better of Kamali in this one, but wanting to talk about it, and he'll go over to shake hands with the coaches.
Yeah, and Patrick Besarra gave us a big giant smile here at the booth, because as he looked over, he gave him a little kick as if to say, I know I've won this fight, and I'm just gonna smile this one away.
A special thank you goes to Rock 105.3, official radio station for Hard Knocks Fighting. And a special thank you also goes out to Top Notch Talent for supplying our lovely ring girls for this evening.
So we look at this replay here, and nice kick, and then this is when he starts swinging just from the hips. These are tired arms at this point, and I'm gonna swing and hope one of these connects, and was able to start a little bit of a mouse under the eye of Reza Kamali. So good fight there for Patrick Besarra. We hope to see you again. Don't quit yet. This is one of those ones that you can build off of, and great fight for you. I don't see this going anyway but 3-0 for Patrick Besarra, but something for Reza Kamali to take from this. Definitely got out-wrestled, and the takedowns, a couple of the trip ones came a little bit too cheaply, and he needs to be able to get his hips back. Here's a flying knee here, and then this is the final takedown by Patrick Besarra at our Feature Fights replay. And at this point, he knows he's won the fight. He's just in turtle mode, which is, I don't want to get submitted here. Again, 3 losses by submission are Patrick Besarra's loss. Again, coming out of the Yellowknife in Northwest Territories.
We have the official decision brought to you by PC Vacation. The winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Patrick Besarra!
Patrick Besarra evens up his professional record at 3-3. He'll be with Ryan.
Patrick, a tough fight. Now, come on, I just talk for a living. You can't do that. Get me in the belly. Little brother comes out and wins earlier tonight. Big brother's got to come out and put on a show, and you certainly did that. It was all takedowns and a dominant ground game for 3 full rounds.
You know what, it was fun. First time being in Medicine Hat. NWT, Northwest Territory, from Yellowknife all the way here. Previous a show, I tried. I really worked my conditioning, but first time in Medicine Hat, so I'll see you at the after party. And thanks for showing up. Reza, good fight, and thanks for everybody for the organization, Sarah, Hard Knocks. And you know what? Have to come out. My brother won the fight first, so I gotta show him up a bit, step up to the level. So still a brotherly challenging thing, brotherly love.
Now, we talked once before you were fighting, and it got to the 3rd round, and the corner thought you weren't ready to go. I'm pretty sure that Vince would have sent you in there with one arm tied behind your back to get in for that 3rd round. How good does it feel to get all the way to the finish?
You know what? It's my first time finished 3rd round. Damn. I need to work on my cardio, nutrition. You know what? I challenged myself. I accomplished it. Thanks for the guys right here, Trent, my brother, Vince, Birang. You know what? We all work together, and hard work pays off.
And you got any sponsors, extra coaches you need to thank before we let you go?
You know what? Thanks to Hard Knocks for sure, Dynamic MMA, and Red Dragon over there for Birang. My little shed dojo, True North Combat Sports, and thanks for everybody. Medicine Hat, I'll see you at the party.
All right, let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Patrick Besarra.
So Patrick Besarra